Today marks a sad day for Sventastic, my fellow people, because I could not watch the nominations for the Oscars live because I was at work. And at work, you have to work. So naturally, I watched the nominations when they were happening live and I made some thoughts on it. I let it process for a couple of hours and now I'm back at home and I can definitely tell you what my thoughts on these categories are. I am not going to go over every single category. I have gone over the previous years. I'm just gonna give some quick thoughts on it because I don't know what to do else with it. I will do an Oscar predictions right before the Oscars release on that Sunday, the 2nd of March. And then I will go over every category specifically. Now I just have 6 thoughts that I really want to share with you because I thought these things were surprising or I thought these things were just a little bummed out that they are so incredibly interesting, let's so to say. Alright, let's get straight into it. Hi guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the Oscar nominations for the 97th Academy Awards ceremony. And my first thought has to come with a lot of surprisement because, well, I never expected Nosferatu to do as well as it did in the nominations because, well, it's still a horror movie. It's freaking awesome in every single way. It's my favorite movie of last year, but I never even considered it for most of these categories because it's just a horror movie and the Academy Awards hate those kind of movies. I get it that they chose Nosferatu to destroy that opinion with because, well, Nosferatu is in fact in every single way a perfect movie. I'm sorry for the bells, my cats are playing with a little bell if you can hear that, so it's just so you know they're having fun as well. And well, Nosferatu isn't the only horror movie that's on the list because one of the horror movies from this year actually made it to the Best Picture category list, which is The Substance, and I totally get that movie being on this list. It's not entirely horror like some of these other movies like Nosferatu are, but it's still horror genre, so I was very surprised to see it do as well as it did. And Best Picture nominee totally deserved it. Demi Moore totally deserved it. So I am pretty damn excited to see if it will actually win something. And if it should win, I do not think The Substance would and should win the Best Picture. I haven't decided which one I would give it to yet. But I think The Brutalist might have a lot of chance for some of these categories. But if I do hope The Substance or Nosferatu will win one, I definitely do hope that Nosferatu is taking home the category for cinematography because that one was just so incredibly awesome. For my second opinion on this category nomination ceremony, I did have to say that right before it started, my colleague just recently watched Wicked, and he asked me, what do you think Wicked will do in this award ceremony? And I said, I don't think it will do a lot. It's still a musical, it's still mainly a kids movie between very big brackets, so I didn't think it would do actually as well, or I didn't think it would stand out as hard as it did. And then it was the second most nominated movie out of the entire ceremony, so that was like very interesting for me to watch, and I was like the entire time. So yeah, some of these categories I totally get, like costume, hairstyling, makeup, totally get these. Best Picture is a reach. It's a far reach. It's a big reach. And I definitely think that the Best Picture category will not go to, the Best Picture win will definitely not go to Wicked, because I do know that Wicked is just on that Best Picture list to make it appealing to a broader audience. just like Barbie was last year. So I don't think that will do anything in there. And I do have to say that maybe the most shocking revelation of this award ceremony is the Oscar nomination for Ariana Grande, because in my eyes, she's still a pop star. And I am very happy for her to get an Oscar nomination, but I never thought that Kat from Sam and Cat would get an Oscar nomination for Wicked, for playing Glinda the Good Witch of the North. That was insane. I don't know if I'm happy with it, because I thought her performance was pretty damn great, but I never saw the Oscar potential in it. So maybe I have to rewatch Wicked to see if my opinion changes on it. Now I've seen everything and now I can dissect it a little bit more. It was just very, very interesting to me. And 10 nominations, the second most nominated together with The Brutalist. And then at the first place we have Emilia Paris, which is a movie I still have to see. I thought that movie would get some nominations as well. Also didn't think that it would get 13, because that was mainly the story didn't really reach to me and I wasn't having a lot of time because of my 5 hells of a job. So I couldn't watch all the movies I wanted. So I had to skip Emilia Perez because the story just didn't click to me entirely. But I will definitely pick it up before the awards ceremony starts on the 2nd of March, because I do need to know why and where all this buzz is coming from for Emilia Perez. My third opinion on this ceremony was that there was nothing really surprising. I mean, Wicked had some surprising things and Nosferatu was surprising, but I think for most of the categories that I saw, I was just like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll get it. And I have to say, the best pictures, I don't think they're that interesting. I don't know which one is gonna win yet. I still have to see half of these, and the nominees yet to be announced bit was odd and funny, but mostly odd, which took me out of it a lot because I wasn't celebrating for every movie. I was just like, how do they not know which producers to nominate? So that was something with that best picture list. So I have to say there was nothing really surprising in that part. And the best pictures are not really that interesting for me. I mean, they all well deserve it. And they're all great movies. I still have to see half of them, but I know they're going to be great movies. But it was just interesting. It was a bit of a letdown. It was a bit of a bummer. I thought and I hoped there would have been more surprisements in the categories than there were this year. And this year is going to be a pretty generic award show, I think, with pretty generic and great movies. It's not that there's a movie this year where I absolutely say like, oh my god, it needs to. I don't have that yet, so that's going to be interesting. Another small opinion I also have for this ceremony was that I saw a lot more love for Conclave than I thought it ever was gonna get. I didn't even think of it as an Oscar nominated movie when I watched it. I mean, I loved the story in it. I liked the movie. It was fun. It was good. It was interesting. It wasn't the most interesting. It wasn't the best, but it was still very, very fine. And then it got a lot of nominations, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? It's in the Best Picture category. Definitely don't think it's gonna win that, but it was very interesting to see nonetheless. So Conclave, a movie I actually did see before, got a lot more nominations than I thought it would. I've said my fifth opinion quite a few times already in this video, so I'm going to keep it short. I haven't seen half of these movies. I'm going to watch it. I don't think I will make it as thoroughly as I did it last year, where I watched all the movies with just a decent song in it. I think I'm just going to watch every international feature film and every Best Picture nominee, and then for the main ones, like the actors in a role and the leading actresses in a role and supporting actresses and director and cinematography and stuff like that, but not the documentaries, not the short films, not all the other stuff films. Maybe I'm still gonna watch Memoir of a Snail because that movie did speak to me, because I hear a lot of people raving about it and it makes me think about that movie, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. So I hope it's something like that and I'm gonna be wholesomely filled with joy afterwards. But hey, Wallace and Gromit is on that list, so I have to be happy even though they flagged my channel. Fuck you, Artman. You still gave me something, thanks. And yeah, I'm excited to check some movies out coming months, so I'm happy I quit my job so I actually have time to watch these movies. To end my opinions with just a small opinion from the heart, I loved the Better Man love that they gave in the VFX department. Don't know if it will win, but I loved that they included Better Man. I was thinking, because I work in a movie theater obviously, and I watched the ceremony in the movie theater, and right beside me in the room next door where I was sitting, there was the Rock DJ segment, and I kind of watched the Rock DJ segment because that is freaking awesome in that movie, and I thought like, maybe it's gonna be, maybe it could get the VFX nomination because of the monkey stuff like that they did. I think it's better in Better Man than it is in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is saying a lot. But I do think that's the case, and that's why I am so incredibly happy with its nomination. Don't know if it will actually win it. Don't think so even, but I'm happy with every nomination it gets because it's still a very, very good movie. And maybe with the Oscar nomination, it will get a little bit more love in the movie theaters. I don't know, I hope it doesn't flop that hard because it was still a pretty decent movie nonetheless. So yeah, in a little more than a month, I will get back to you with my final Oscar predictions for each and every category. And afterwards, I'm gonna watch the Oscars and then give you my opinion on that ceremony as well. No Jimmy Kimmel, no Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, so it's gonna be a very interesting show, I think. Also, I did think that the nominees for casting would have been included in this year, but I guess that's the following year or something like that. Because, well, I don't know, and I haven't seen any movies yet, or I haven't seen any nominations for that, so that's gonna be interesting. What did you think of this award ceremony, nomination ceremony? Did you agree with all the choices, or did you not agree with the choices? Please let me know in the comments down below because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye.